In this video, I wanted to talk about the value of meandering. I'm on Oliver here. He's a 6 or 7 year old gaited horse that was a rescue, and I've been on him for a couple weeks here. And most of the work we've been doing has just been getting out there and getting some consistency and some rhythm, and starting to show him some direction or having him follow a line of travel. But with the meandering, and what I've been doing is just really kind of saying, let's go, and letting him kind of go where he wants to. That's been most of the work, and just getting consistency in his walk. So being gaited, they tend to want to shift gaits a lot. So now it's time to start meandering, which is just the next phase up from that. And what I mean by that is I'm just going to pick a line of travel. It's kind of like when kids sit down with a blank sheet of paper and they have a color crayon and they just go out there and they start making all kinds of lines. And that's what I'm going to do with him. The reason why this is so valuable, because if I just let him go, you'll see how he will just kind of flip his head, and then he'll make a sharp turn, or he'll just kind of go back and forth. And that's great in the beginning, but now it's time to start saying, can we connect up here a bit, and can you follow a feel? So I'm going to look off and out, and I'm going to head towards you, and as I'm going along, now I'm just going to pick up and turn and say, hey, can we head off to another fence post? And anywhere on my journey, so I'm just keeping him on that straight line, anywhere along my journey I can say, oh, would you like to turn again? And I'm just going to look off to a fence post somewhere else and head off there, and then I might just turn and say, oh, would you like to turn and go another direction? So lots of turns, and I might make a half circle or a whole circle, 3/4 of a circle, whatever you choose, but just keeping him between your hands and your legs. I'm not being real critical on that. I'm giving him some choices too, so he might want to turn that direction, and I might say, yeah, that's a lovely idea. We can go that way. But then as he's going, can he stay straight? Because I'm saying, no, we're not turning yet. Otherwise he'll do this. He'll just start flipping back and forth, and I want to start getting some straightness out of him. Not only rhythm, but can he start following the line of travel? So that's the meandering, is you're just going to meander off over to the next post over there, keeping a straight line, keeping him from stopping and flipping back and forth. So his main thing is rhythm, keeping rhythm, and then being able to bend his body. Now the next part of this is whatever line that you're on, is can you get their body to kind of follow that line and bend to the right or bend to the left, not where they're just kind of flipping and falling in, or flipping their head out and falling in. So there's going to be all kinds of different ways that the horses are going to do that, and I want you to see if you can get your horse to stay between your hands and your legs. So when I pick up and turn, put a slight feel, he's following that feel, and he's like, sure, I can turn that way. Oh, that's too much. So I come on a little outside rein, and there he gets all wiggly until I get him straight again. Then I pick up and turn. Oh, that's too much bend. I don't want you bending so much. And kind of a half circle there, and then we walk out of it. Really getting him to follow my feel and my intent to where I'm going, because there's lots of wiggling and squirming around going on. He gets distracted really easy, and so it's just back and forth. This is a great exercise even for a more advanced horse. You're just going to get a little more particular about it, but just allowing it. I'm not picking him up or anything, especially with the green horses. It's just really letting them stay long and stretched out, but follow that feel. Your more advanced horse, this is a great warm up. So when you get on, say, hey, can you have a nice long neck and still bend through your spine left and right without over bending and without not bending enough. And so we're just going to keep riding this until we get some consistency. However long that takes, because you can see how he's just kind of flipping all over the place. There's no consistency there yet. Hey, that's nice. So he gets moments of it, and then I pick up and turn. Not too bad. Walking on to the fence post. So really focus on out to where you want your horse to go. Pick a spot. Even if it's way out across the arena, across the pasture. Pick a spot, and like you're heading over to that. I'm heading to this fence post here. Up, you got off the line. Up, you got off the line. Oh, okay, and let's turn and go over to the corner. And we're just meandering around, keeping that walk, keeping that rhythm going. And he's just kind of squirming, and until he can line out, I'm going to stay on that line and then turn. Or if you hit a corner or a fence, you may have to turn before that, but try to just stay on the line until you feel like they're going, oh, okay, I'm with you. There, he's kind of swung his hind end out. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And just kind of rotate. I like that because he followed my feel really nice. He turned when I turned. He's still following me. Yeah, and then I'll turn the other direction. Not too bad, better than he has been. I need a little outside rein there from keep him from turning too much. So going to the left, he wants to overflex. Going to the right, he's pretty good. So I'll turn this way, but say don't flip your head over there. Don't hinge. And what I mean by hinging is we're walking along and I say turn, and I pick up the reins and he'll just flex right here. He doesn't bend through his whole neck, and I want him bending softly through his whole neck, because the more he bends, the tighter the circle, and I'm not on that small of a circle. We're on a fairly big circle or fairly big turn, so I want him flexing through his whole neck. Yeah. And that's where you may need outside rein. And there he kind of stalled out, and he stopped his front and wanted to just be on the front end, moving his hind end around. Good. And I look on up and we'll go off the other direction. We'll just stay at this until he can get consistent. And once he gets consistent, then you can move on up into the trot, or like with him, we're just barely starting to work on a little bit of gaiting. And the gaited horses, you're going to be in the walk a lot longer, unless they're confirmed in their gaits. This guy's not too bad. He tends to want to pace, but there he's over bending, so I'm saying not so much. Don't over flex. Come through your whole body, yeah. That's nice. And I like how he's staying nice and long there. I pick up a feel to turn to the right. He's coming with me nice. And I go off to the left. Still wanting to kind of over flex, but getting better and better. Off to the left again. Catch him with the outside rein. Nice. And back over to the right again. So that was pretty nice there. And this is something that you can play with pretty much every time you come out to ride your horse. The more advanced your horse gets, the less time you're going to spend. They'll pick it up pretty quick, and you're just going to use it as a warm-up and a stretching, allowing your horse to kind of stretch and lengthen out, use their body, and you're getting them to flex left and right as you meander around. And so that's really the whole purpose of that for your advanced horse. The beginning horses is just getting him to line out and follow that line. So it's lines and not just scribbles. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next video.